Once in a press meet, our Honorable External Affairs Minister, Mr. S. Jaishankar, when he was asked about his ideal diplomats, he responded in a unique way. He said he is very much inspired by Lord Srikrishna and Lord Hanuman. Now, when somebody knows this whole story of Ramayan and Mahabharat, at least on a high level, they can relate to it because you know that in Mahabharat, when actually Lord Srikrishna played a role of a diplomat, and in Ramayana, how actually Hanuman became a diplomat. So let's discuss about this at least on the Mahabharat side, where Lord Srikrishna played the role of a diplomat here. So when Pandavas, after the exile, when it was time for them to build a kingdom again, and just to make peace with Duryodhana, they sent Lord Srikrishna. And Lord Srikrishna accepted that role of being a mediator, and he went to Hastinapur and spoke to Duryodhana. Now here, we have to learn many things from this particular episode. Here, when Krishna went to Duryodhana and when he was speaking, he started in a way where actually he was kind of demanding half of the kingdom, which is the right of Pandavas. And of course, as we all know, that Duryodhana did not agree to it. And then Lord Sri Krishna asked him to give 5 villages to rule for Pandavas. Even Duryodhana even did not accept that. So we have to see here how actually Lord Sri Krishna, who was demanding half of the kingdom, went to the extent of demanding only 5 villages. We have to learn the negotiation skills from Lord Sri Krishna in all this episode of being a mediator. How he has negotiated, how he has explored all the possibilities to make peace, to avoid the Mahabharata war between Pandavas and Kauravas. Because if the war happens, it doesn't yield any fruitful results to both the parties. And Krishna honestly tried to avoid the war. So when he was negotiating and he asked 5 villages, and we all know that then Duryodhana replied in a way where actually he was not even willing to live with Pandavas, and he was not even willing to donate at least the needle size of the land to the Pandavas. Here again, we have to see what actually Krishna has done when he got this response from Duryodhana. Lord Sri Krishna involved everyone present in that particular sabha of Dhritarashtra Maharaj, and he asked everyone to respond to what he was trying to say. He was trying to avoid the war, and it is the responsibility of each and everyone who was present in that particular sabha. He asked Bhishma, he asked Dhritarashtra, Dronacharya, Kripacharya, and every elderly figure who was available in that particular court at the time. And then everyone tried to persuade, not actually persuade would be a strong word, I would say everyone tried to convince Duryodhana to make peace with Pandavas. And that was the emotional angle that Sri Krishna willingly brought into this picture. We have to learn this angle as well. When the direct negotiation does not work, we have to also seek help and bring emotional quotient also into the discussion, into the conversation. And everyone tried to convince Duryodhana. But Duryodhana was so adamant that he did not even listen to his own parents, forget about Bhishma and Dronacharya. Now here, did Krishna stop there by just proposing these things? He was still trying. And then the Dushta Chatushtaya that is very famous in other southern part of Bharat, that we call Duryodhana, Dushyasana, Shakuni and Karna as Dushta Chatushtaya. So these people again spoke to each other and they tried to come to an agreement, and they came to an agreement and they tried to make Krishna imprisoned. And then Krishna responded accordingly. And he warned Kauravas, see, now this is a level of extent that you are reaching. You are trying to imprison a Duta, a mediator, which is again against Dharma. So the starting point where actually Krishna came to make the diplomacy to mediate and to mediate between the parties, both Pandavas and Kauravas, and make peace between them. The main agenda was to make the Dharma take precedence over anything else. And that's where actually he was not very much convinced with the behavior of Duryodhana, and he warned. He warned strongly. And there is a great poem in Hindi about it, Krishna ki Chetavani, which was my favorite. And of course, it's my favorite now as well. Varshon tak van mein ghum ghum. And that poem I like a lot. And this was the last step that Krishna took to warn. So if the mediation to make peace between Pandavas and Kauravas fail, the reason was not Pandavas, the reason was not Krishna's diplomacy, and it was all because of the adamant behavior of Duryodhana. This is very clear in Vyasa Mahabharata. We generally, people just go ahead and blame Krishna, saying he was a god, he is a god, and he could have avoided Mahabharata. We have to learn Mahabharata step by step. We have to go into the details to know what are all the efforts each and every character made to avoid the war. Without even knowing these things, we blame Lord Srikrishna. And we blindly support Duryodhana, Karna, Shakuni and Dushyasana. So let's avoid that. Let's try to know the actual things, and let's try to learn the great things from these episodes. Now from this episode, I understand that Krishna's diplomacy was not only to avoid war, but to set an example to the next. I was not only prepared for this negotiation to fail, he was also prepared what can be the next step that he has to take. He prepared Pandavas for the war. He made their mindset to be prepared for the war if the negotiation fails. So this is again a contingency plan, is what we generally call in professional terminology in managerial things. And Krishna had the contingency plan in place. So we have to see that we have to do every proposal wholeheartedly. We have to give our 100% what you call fair proposal, and apply our logic and emotion, and bring out the emotion from the person who we are dealing with, and have a contingency plan always in place. And these are the great things that each and every one of us can apply in our both personal and professional lives. If you like this video, please like, share and comment on this video. Thank you. I was